guys, Joe with the Pilates Thread. Welcome back to our YouTube channel where we focus on the fundamental connections of the Pilates method. The Pilates method has been getting so much attention, especially in our days of quarantine, right? There's loads of us doing these videos and offering to give workouts and advice and help, and then there's the wonderful Instagram worthy pics that we're all seeing, which are awesome. But Pilates is not just about the big, beautiful, impressive movements. It really, at its core, is about our fundamental connections. So here at Pilates Thread, that's what we focus on. I say in my classes, I don't really care how big your movement is. I care that it's right from beginning to end. So today we're going to work on what the correct positioning and movement is for a bridge. Working our glutes and hams can be really tricky, and it's easy to cheat, spill into our bigger postural muscles that tend to take over for things and not focus on those deeper, more important stabilizing muscles that should really be doing the work. So for our video today, you're gonna need your squashy ball, which mine is, I'm using a slow-mo, and I will put a link to a ball or a comparable ball in the link, in the description. I'll put a link in the description below to the ball that I use or a comparable one. I've had this for about 15 years, so it's my favorite. It's lasted, but really there's a lot of options out there. So the other thing that we're gonna need is a foam roller. I have a nice full length one. This one is tall and long. I'm able to lay on it. It goes the full length of the spine. You guys might have checked out the foam roller fun with Joe. We did one of those videos, which was awesome. We're actually gonna do a couple of the exercises from that video today with our bridging work. But the foam roller is just an option. So if you don't have one today, no worries. I will also put a link in the description below for a roller that you can order. If you've got a shorter one, that's fine. If you've got a longer one, it really doesn't matter for what we're doing today. So we're gonna come down onto our backs for the work today in our bridging series, and we're gonna start with the ball. So your roller, if you've got one, just set it to the side. We're not gonna need it here at the beginning, and let's get going. All right. Okay, so I've got my roller out of my way, and I've got my ball, and we're gonna just start by coming down onto our backs, and I want that squashy ball between your knees. So the ball's between my knees, my feet are down on the mat, equal distance here apart, holding onto that ball. I have equal pressure between the big toe, little toe, and heel. And I've got those heels kind of close to my bum, but not too close, right? So my knee flexibility allows me to bring that foot all the way in. That's not really gonna be great. That's a lot of tension on my knee joint, and that's gonna put some pressure there in my low back that I don't want. So I don't want it to be out far either. I don't want that much space or openness in the back of the leg. I really want that middle ground that almost feels kind of natural, to let the bones of the legs in this position sort of assist in our holding of this position. So the feet first. Then we're gonna bring our attention up here to our head. So we've skipped everything in the middle for just a second, and I want my chin to come down and the crown of my head here, or the top of my bun, to reach to the wall behind me, nice and long. This is gonna give me some lovely space here under my neck, so I'm not pressing my neck flat into the floor, and I'm not coming up onto the top of my head. I'm right in that sweet spot, the back of my head, reaching long. And as I reach the neck long, the shoulder blades should pull down in opposition. So we talked about this connection a little bit in our fundamental core connection video. So that shoulder blade sliding down the ribs and reaching the neck long. Let's inhale here. As I exhale, I'm going to close my ribs, pull them down to the midline. Pelvic floor is up and in, and I'm neutral in my pelvis. Remember, neutral is where these little hip bones shine straight to the sky. I'm not pressing my back into the mat this way. and I'm not arching my back off of the mat this way. I'm right in the middle of that pelvis, or in the middle of my sacrum, nice and connected. Now I'm going to take my arms down along the mat, activate the triceps, the lats there in your back, reach the neck long, belly is cinched to the spine. Now you're going to squeeze that ball from the top of the inner thighs. If we let that go, we're going to squeeze our glutes too soon and throw the work into the low back. So you've got to squeeze the inner thighs to the midline to keep the work in the core and out of that low spine. Now, we're going to start by peeling the spine up off of the floor. So we inhale to prepare. As we exhale, think about pressing the feet, squeezing the ball, tucking the pelvis. So that low back temporarily touches the mat, and then we lift into a bridge. Once I'm up here, I want to think long. So my knees want to try and reach the opposite wall. You're still squeezing that ball to the midline. You don't feel anything in your low spine, but you feel those abs working. Feel that pelvic floor pulled up and in. You feel those inner thighs, maybe thinking about starting to shake. The shoulder blades are connected, so it's like I'm trying to get my fingertips to reach for the back of my heels. The crown of the head is reaching long to the wall behind me. Now, from here, I could lift higher, but I have to let go of my connections and I come up into my neck a little bit. So if I think about closing my ribs in my body's put togetherness, I have to come down. This is as high as that bridge is going to be for me, for my bones to be all happy and for my muscles to be working. Now, have you let go of the inner thigh squeeze? Make sure you're not going to drop your ball. The big toe, little toe, and heel should all have equal pressure through them. Now, your unexpected connection should be that your triceps are really wanting to shake, starting to feel some information there. The stability of our shoulders is our platform here. And the work of the glutes and the hamstrings, there's a lot going on there, but there's a lot going on in the upper body as well. So now that you've held this for a good bit, let's come down. Inhale. As you exhale, I want you to think about coming down from the top of the spine. So don't drop your hips yet. One vertebrae at a time. Down, down, down. Deep tuck of the pelvis. Keep squeezing that ball. Squeeze the ball. Feel the glutes really work to the end. And then we let our pelvis come back to neutral. So let's try that again. We won't stay up there so long this time. Ready? Inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze the ball. Press feet. Tuck the pelvis. Peel your spine off the floor. Close the ribs. Long through the spine. Inhale to top. Exhale, keep squeezing that ball. Long through the crown of the head. One vertebrae at a time. Squeeze the ball. Squeeze the ball. Down, down, down. Tuck the pelvis. And come into neutral. Now, when we come into neutral, we don't let those abdominal connections go. You've got to keep the pelvic floor drawn up and in, ribs closed, belly button to the spine. We also don't let go of the ball. So we've got some points along the way where we're really gripping firm, and then we soften that grip, but we don't let go. So it might take a couple of repetitions to really find where that zone is for you. So we're going to do 2 more with that intention, peeling ourselves up and then placing ourselves down one vertebrae at a time, and then we're going to change it up a little bit. So inhale, exhale, press feet, squeeze the ball, tuck the pelvis and lift. Inhale to top. Exhale, think long through the spine, drop one vertebrae at a time. Down, 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 down. Deep tuck at the pelvis, squeeze the ball all the way down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, press feet, squeeze the ball, tuck the pelvis, and peel the spine off of the mat. Long through that spine. Exhale, press into the feet, squeeze the ball, and roll down one vertebrae at a time. Down, down, down. All right, so we're still active through the upper body, lengthening through the spine. We're gonna come up in one solid piece. So we're not gonna tuck the pelvis and lift. We're gonna hold neutral and hinge straight up, and then we'll roll down one vertebrae at a time. So we're just changing it just a wee bit. Inhale and exhale to prepare. Press feet, squeeze the ball. Inhale again. Exhale, lift. Close those ribs. Now feel how we squeezed the glutes a little bit more to get up there. Exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time. Connect the shoulders, lengthen through the crown of the head. Down, down, down. Keep squeezing that ball. Inhale. Exhale, we lift. Squeeze ball, press feet. Connect the shoulders. Exhale, roll down. Really feel the glutes squeeze, the inner thighs squeeze. We have one more. We inhale at the bottom here. Exhale, lift. And roll down one vertebra at a time. Deep tuck through the pelvis, down, down, down. All right. So you should be starting to shake in those inner thighs a little bit. You should be feeling the psoas, the deepest abdominal muscle, really firing to support that spine and find some length. You feel the triceps and the upper back and the shoulder blades, and that neck is nice and long. So now we're going to try our hand at one leg off. So this is where our ball is really, really handy. So it helps make sure that our pelvis stays in alignment. So I'm going to start here with my left leg, facing the camera there, just so you can see what that looks like. So we've got one leg off. Now for me, again, if you guys have been following us for a little bit, you know that I've got a few different sort of ailments and injuries that I'm always nursing along the way. My right hip is problematic. It's my weak hip. So now it's my stabilizer. So it is extra difficult for me to keep that left leg up and to stay in my core. So I have to press through that right foot, big toe, little toe, and heel. Squeeze through the inner thighs, both of them, to the midline. Again, this is where your ball is really helpful. Squeeze the ball from both legs, not just the leg on the ground. Arms are down. We're going to tuck that pelvis to come off of the floor. No twisty through the hips. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze the ball, press through the right foot, tuck the pelvis, and lift. Now for me, that is as high as a single leg goes. Inhale, exhale, tuck, woo, and come down. All right, so that should be firing, especially in that supportive leg. So we're gonna change legs, we're gonna alternate here. So we take the right leg off of the mat, squeezing the ball from both inner thighs, connecting through the upper body, long spine. Exhale, tuck and lift. Exhale, tuck and come down. Let's change legs again. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the ball, tuck and lift. Exhale, tuck and roll down. Woo! All right, one more from this direction. Inhale, exhale, tuck and lift. Come on down. Down, down, down. So those hamstrings should really be firing on you quite a bit. So you might take that ball out. We're gonna take both of those hands on top of the knees and we're just gonna do a quick set of hip stirs. So we're trying to release the inner outer thigh here, inside the joint space of the hips, the low back, and the glutes. So I like the visualization of your hip like a bowl and your thigh bones are like a spatula and you want to scrape the brownie batter off the bowl, right? Really get into those hip joints and get them to release. Then you're gonna grab your ball and place those feet back down. All right, so our last position of bridging from this position here, or from this placement, is going to be to come up with both feet planted and then to take one leg off of the mat without dropping the pelvis. So, arms are long, Press the feet down, squeeze that ball, inner thighs to the midline, pelvic floor is nice and strong. Again, you're grabbing deep into that psoas, into your back. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to peel the spine off. Coming up. Ensure you're connected. Exhale, squeeze the ball to the midline. Take one leg off. Inhale, place it down. Exhale, take the other leg off. Place it down. Now try not to drop in the pelvis. You can use those hands to support your hips just a little bit, right? I'm not holding myself up. I've just got fingertip touch here on those bones to ensure that I stay in my muscle connections. Inner thighs squeezing to the midline. Pelvic floor drawn up and in. Ribs closed, shoulders connected. Last one. And come on down. Squeeze the ball, deep tuck, and we roll it out. All right, put that ball down. Again, hipsters, one direction and the other direction. All right, now we're gonna grab our roller and you're gonna place it at your feet. All right, so now we've got our feet on the roller here, right? And we've got a lot of movement in the ankles. So this bridging work, we can target those hamstrings with some movement from our ankles. This is another unexpected connection. Thinking about the elongation of the entire leg and how the flexion of that foot or that ankle joint affects what's happening at the top end of the leg. So I'm going to use my squashy ball again between my knees just to help keep my hips stable. Now, as we get stronger within our Pilates work, less props equals more work. But there are times where we just always need those props, or there's days where we need those props. So check in with yourself and see. Give it a try without the prop, and then put the prop in, and then honestly assess. Did I work just as hard without the prop? Or did the assist of that tactile information make me stay connected a little bit better? So I'm going to use the ball between my knees here with the ankles, the feet up on the foam roller. So the crown of the head is long, shoulders are connected, hands are down. Now my fingertips are trying to reach for that roller, even though they're not going to make it. I want to stay active. Ribs are closed, pelvic floor up and in, belly button to the spine, squeezing that ball to the midline. I'm going to drop my heels. As I drop my heels, I really feel a stretch through the calf and intensity of the work in the pelvic floor and the inner thighs, right? So when I drop the heels, we kind of want to let those knees splay a little bit. So as I'm staying connected with that ball, it really brings me right up my center. So as I inhale, I'm going to move the ankles first. So inhale, move the ankles, opening them up so that the feet are on top of the roller. Exhale, now you're going to tuck the pelvis and peel yourself off of the mat. And once we're up there, we're going to reach those fingers, crown of the head long, chin down, close those ribs, squeeze that ball. Once again, we kind of want to let those knees splay wide. Don't do it. Stay to the midline. Exhale, keep the hips high and come down from the top of the spine, one vertebra at a time. Keep squeezing the ball. Keep squeezing the ball. Ankles stay on top of that roller. Down, 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 down. Drop the heels. Let's do that again. Inhale, shift the feet first. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, squeeze the ball. Now hold that roller right where it is. Don't let it move. Exhale, keep squeezing the ball. Roll down from the top of the spine. One vertebra at a time. Deep tuck. Keep those ankles open. Squeeze that booty. Down, 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 down. And drop the heels. Whew. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, move the ankles first. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, squeeze the ball. Lift. Ooh, shaky, shaky. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. Down, down, down. Squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball. All the way down. Drop the heels. All right, now we're going to keep a hold of that ball and we're going to extend the legs. So now the back of my heels come down onto that roller as I take it away. Feels really nice to stretch out those hamstrings. Inhale, bring it in. Come to the toes, sort of draw it in here. Exhale, take it away. Let's do one more. And bring it in. All right. So we're going to do a couple more variations to finish off here today. So I'm going to bring my feet to the top of the roller to start. I've got the ball held here between the knees, connecting through the upper body. I'm going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift into that bridge. You can peel yourself up or you can come up in one solid motion. Keep squeezing that ball and see if you can take one foot off of the roller. Now, it's a lot of work, so if you don't feel solid, keep those feet down. I'm going to give it a go. Inhale down. Other leg. One more each side. Let's come all the way down. Deep tuck, squeeze the ball. Whoo. Take those legs out long. Release the inner thigh a little bit. Stretch through the hamstring by keeping those feet flexed and then draw it back in. All right, so our grand finale here for our bridging work. Focus on the glutes and hams and really inner thighs like mad. Is going to be to extend the roller out whilst we're up into a bridge. So just as that 1 foot off the roller might not have been appropriate for you, this taking the roller long might not be appropriate. Remember, with our fundamental focus, it's connection first. You've got to maintain the integrity of those connections before we do a movement. So if the idea of moving this roller away from the sit bones, you picture yourself falling or you feel like you're going to fall, then you just stay static, holding yourself into that bridge while I take the roller in and out. I promise that is plenty of work. But for those of you who want a little bit more, let's give this a go. All right, so we're going to take the feet on top of the roller. We squeeze that ball. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Nice and connected. We're long. Inhale, extend the legs. Exhale, bend knees, draw the roller in. Oh my heavens. Inhale, take it out. Exhale, bring it in. Give me one more, yeah? Out. And in. Hold. And come on down. Woo. Feet off the roller. Take that ball out. Grab a hold of each of those knees. Hipsters, one more time. In and out. Legs together. You can extend those feet to the sky, releasing those hamstrings just a little bit. Inhale and exhale, bend those knees and come on down. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our bridging work today. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure and leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you thought, how you got on with this series, whether you tried the roller or not. And remember to like and subscribe to our page. Click the notification bell so that you know whenever new videos go up each week. And stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye.